Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're gonna get started on the Mezco Toys Rumble Society Hawk P-40. I gotta say, I have had a good time with this guy. Hawk P-40 gives off real combat vibes, cyborg man. It is a fighter pilot head. And I know that seems hard to grasp, but in reality, with Rumble Society, that's kind of the joy of all of this. That's kind of what I've really been enjoying about this line. The things are so different and so diverse is that when you like have fun with it, it's genuinely fun. And that's what toys are supposed to be about. And that's kind of why I've been really vibing with Hawk, because it's that different vibe that you've gotten from on the noir side or pulp side with Doc Nocturnal. You have your super spy stuff with Gomez, and this guy is like your mechanic bruiser, he's like your cyborg Fast and the Furious. And you get that fun vibe from him that just goes, I wonder what he did before this. I bet you he fought in some intergalactic space war or whatever. But the point is, that's kind of the joy of this. It's so different and so fun. So as we get a look at Hawk P-40, our real vibe with him, it's that nice turnaround, give him that runabout. You can see that this guy he loves the ladies. Lady Luck, you have the little cyborg here in the back. Let's get a nice close up on that. And I like that there's the weathering here on the jacket here that shows you he's been doing this for quite some time. And I really love this because Hawk definitely gives off that vibe. And when we get to his signature weapon, you'll see why I mentioned the whole mechanic thing. There we go. Focus, focus. Yeah. So yeah, as we get into articulation, we can see that we can lift our arm up. We have our nice rotation. This folds out, giving you room that when you rotate it, it'll fold out so you don't have any issue. We are double jointed, as you can see here. Our head movement, despite being a whole jet plane, it can still look up, he can still look down, he can tilt left and right. I really like the fact that they left room for fun with this guy. Our collar is really, really nice, and it can be removed up or taken apart in case you need to do anything or you want to use it for your customizing needs. I like this jacket a lot. I really do like this jacket. We have our little fur on the inside, and the jacket does zip up because it has a working functional zipper. And then over here we have our belt, which has some nice room for movement, which is excellent, especially when you want to get really articulated. We're going to do that in a second. Now, our ab crunch, we can actually tilt forward, as you're seeing here. We can tilt to the side, right? And like I said, look at that free movement in the belt. That means no hindrances when you want to get crazy. Our leg can move forward and go upward. We have our nice double joint. We have boot pivot that goes outward and inward. Going forward, we don't get any, but we can go backwards. And the boot has a little bit of wiggle room, allowing you for some extra room, right? So as we pose this guy up, like I said, Hawk is a guy who just kind of gives off the vibe of brawler mechanic. But look, we got a nice little fighting pose here, looking utterly fantastic. And it's dope too, because even though the jacket isn't wired, it holds a nice pose in the frame of reference. So look, like I really like this. And then if you fold outwards, you can hold it out. I really, really like this. Ooh, let's do a quick running pose. So yeah, you definitely have range of movement here. So you do a nice little running pose that you can get with Hawk. It's very enjoyable. The detail on the arm is actually pretty nice too. I never noticed that till just now as I'm sitting here really taking a nice look at it. We have our reds and golds to separate. Same thing here for the head, where you can see like the fighter pilot eyes, or maybe these could be eyes. You know what? Don't even know. But the point is, it's really dope because the accents and highlights break up with the camo pants and even the fur inside. So you have a nice color palette that kind of fits that mood of a guy who either fought in the war or was some type of military type. Now, as we leave him nice and posed up like this, let's take a second to jump into his accessories. This is where it gets really cool. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Hey, yo, we're going to talk about these accessories real fast. First things first, I promised that we would talk about his signature weapon, and that is a wrench here. I know it doesn't seem like much, but having this wrench is very important because it's almost like the mechanic's weapon. We see it in all the tropes and things like that, and it's really dope. I like the little bit of rust in here in the design, right? But again, like I said, it's because, I'm gonna lift this arm up. Right here, we have a nice little holster piece so we can store our trusty wrench. And this is a soft part here, so you don't have to worry about any sort of breakage, which is pretty cool. And now you know that Hawk keeps that thing on him. Like, it's always visible and seen. It looks really, really good. And brings a nice little color palette to him. So yeah, Hawk keep that thing on him. Next up, we're gonna talk about our hand accessories. So, we will get these open hands. You get some nice, cool open hands. Oop, I chose the wrong one for one of them. There we go. We get nice, open, relaxed palm hands. Pretty dope. Then you'll get some curved finger hands. These can be your action grab hands or your open martial arts palms, depending on how you want to go about things. And then you have your item holding hands. These are going to be very important for the items that you wish to carry, right? These were going to hold your wrench, not your rent, your wrench, and you will get a combat knife because the hands can move just a little bit. You can have combat knife in hand, looking really, really cool. And as far as holding it upside down, let's take a quick look, see if that's possible. And I know yep, there we go. Yep, we can hold it upside down. So you can get grabby with your opponents and put them in their place. Next up, you'll also get 3 of these handy dandy grenades. They have a nice little accent to them. They have a nice gold top, silver grenades. You'll get 3 of these as well. Equally as important, you'll also get dog tags for your boy. The dog tags have a nice little design on it too. I'm going to hope that I can capture it. It's really cool. You see a nice little skull on them. There's that light reflecting, but you can see the skull right there. I don't know how they managed to put skulls on something this small, but kudos to you for being able to do that, because that cannot be easy. It's actually, I want to put these on because I think that they look cool. Oop, let's line this ball joint up. There we go. We have our nice little dog tags on, adding more emphasis and character to Hawk. Exciting. We will get a rocket launcher. This one is a nice silver and black, has that nice little wash on it to give it some wear and tear feel to it. Then the Magnifique here, the real signature weapon that's not really our wrench here, but you will get a machine gun. This machine gun is different. I believe that it's built strictly for Hawk, as it has this nice little thing that rotates up. And it rotates up to be able to hold it in his hand while it grips to the arm. So I'm gonna just pop this on, right? Just gonna slide it over the thumb piece here. There we go. And that piece slides on. Now, the right arm, I'm gonna slide his arm through there. Make sure it's seen. There we go. And as you can see here, Harkin. The vibe here is just really cool, because not only can he hold the weight of the gun holding it down, if I put his arm up, he pretty much can hold the weight on its own. Obviously, he'll topple over if you don't balance him right, but I'm gonna balance him, obviously, or at least counterbalance. And Hawk can at least hold up his weapon. It's pretty heavy, as you can see, but I want to show you so that he can hold it up. There it is, counterbalance. So he can hold it up, which is really cool. And the barrel does rotate. But even more of a bonus, right, is that you'll see 2 portholes here in the head and on the back. If you choose to, you can add it so that there are wiring to add on. But before I go on with that, let's not forget, we need bullets for our gun. I got so excited, forgot to show that off, that you get 2 of these. They plug right in. You're gonna need a giant bullet to shoot. So there you have it. But what's crazy is, like I mentioned before, there's gonna be 2 wire sets. There's gonna be one larger, thicker wire, and then you'll get a shorter wire. these can actually plug in to the weapon directly to the head. That way he can interface with his weapon, kind of control it without controlling it. So, ooh, wrong end. So let's actually plug this guy in. I'm only gonna plug in one to show you guys. And what I do is I usually plug it in and then twist so it pops in. And then we can just plug it in to the top. Here we have it. So yeah, we have our weapon. I know I said the wrench was the signature weapon, but I'm pretty sure you guys are more excited for this one, looking really, really cool. And as you can see here, just looks so nice. That looks really, really nice. And on top of that, we didn't even get to the alternative sculpt in the head. So here we have our tank head. Like, you already got a big giant Gatling gun, and now you have a tank head, which also comes with a port so you can use bullet effects on it. And you have these little teeth and the tread markings. These actually move. Like, that is dope. Like, I don't think you guys understand just how dope that is to get that to move. And there's a communication device here, which can plug directly into the back of it. Again, just adding to the cool creativity that we're getting with these characters. They're just all new and all different. And I'm really glad we're getting something as crazy as this. Like I said before, you can add a bullet effect here. Here's one of them that you get with Hawk himself. Then you'll also get a new blast effects. You can also add these into the gun as well. But I'm doing it on 10K because it just looks really cool, right? And then you get one more brand new blast effect. It's a giant bullet at the end here. Kind of like it's shooting out. That one's really dope as well. Now, before we go any further on, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna prep for the size comparisons. Show you how Hawk kind of stacks up to other Mezcos as well as other lines. So let's get to it. Now we're here for the size comparison. Let's compare Hawk to a bunch of other Mezco stuff so we kind of see how he stacks up in terms with Mezco. So here we are with a Hazard Commander Gomez, obviously. Been tinkering with some head swaps. Here we are with a Doc Nocturnal. And as you can see, Hawk kind of has some height above other characters so far. We have these guys on the smaller bodies, so you kind of see where he stands. But now let's see how he looks next to some, you know, would be considered same size characters. Here we are with a White Krieg. And I think this is a very nice size comparison. Shows you that, let's fix your head just a little bit. There we go, helmet's sitting flush. And as you can see, he's around the same height, but you can see the bulk and the build are different enough that it warrants a little bit more physicality, in my opinion. Not the crazy armored type. Well, I wouldn't say crazy armor, but the armored type like Krieg. Here we are with a Baron Benz. And as you can see, even though they're around the same size, their builds are different enough. That way we can truly look and see the enjoyment of it. It's not all the same. Those cyborg arms really bring out something in Hawk. And you know, it just, I don't know. It works for me. I really enjoy it. But it brings a different personality that we've gotten with other Rumble Society characters. Let's take these guys away. Next up, let's compare to some other stuff. Domestics, imports, things like that. On the larger side, we have Mythic Legions Barbarian. As you can see, Hawk is actually stacked up really well up against Mythic Legions. That's a 1.0 body, and Hawk is around the same size, if not bigger than him, with his head leaning a little bit forward. So let's say even if we tilt it up, boom, look at that. Bigger than the Mythic Legions. Here we are with a Storm Collectible Cyrax, and is even comparing well with him. So Hawk isn't a puny guy. Like, he got the juice, baby. He got juice. Here we are with a Hasbro G.I. Joe Flint. And as you can see, the domestic stuff looks tiny next to him. Here we are with a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. And Hawk definitely has height on these guys. Next up, we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. Right? Then we do a 1000 toy Synthetic Human. And all the import stuff and other stuff is going to look tiny next to the Mezco stuff. Right? Take these guys away. Next up, we can compare him to, what do I have left? Oh, here's a Kamen Rider. Here's Kamen Rider Ixa. And as you can see with the SHF stuff, tiny compared to him. It has been a blast to sit down, really get a feel for Hawk and really learn how it is. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this because I've had a blast sitting down playing with him and photographing him. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you as always for taking the time. Please go check it out. It's on mezcotoys.com. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys.